Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is my 37-week pregnancy update, which just seems crazy. I know I say that every week, but I really cannot believe how quick these final weeks are going. With my previous two pregnancies, they seem to drag, but these ones are going pretty quick. So it has been an eventful week. I ended up in hospital at the weekend. If you follow me on Instagram, I did mention it on there, but I just thought I'd go into it a little bit more in my update. I apologise if the lighting's a bit crazy. The sun is like either blinding or it goes really dark. I'm filming in my son's room, hence the toy kitchen, because it's the only place that's got relatively good lighting. So this is my 37-week pregnancy update. I am turning 38 weeks tomorrow. So I wanted to get this done because there's a chance she may be coming early. So symptom wise, it's still been the same sort of thing. Heartburn, back pain, SPD, peeing a lot, not getting the best night's sleep, which I think, to be honest, is all pretty standard end of pregnancy kind of symptoms and things. I mentioned I ended up in hospital on Saturday. I felt absolutely fine, and then all of a sudden I came over quite hot and felt a bit dizzy, and then I started getting this blinding pain in my left side, which I can only describe and liken it to sort of like a stitch, but it got worse and worse and worse and moved around my bump. I was in absolute agony. We nearly called an ambulance because the pain was just ridiculous. Worse than labour, I would say, to be honest with you. So we rushed up to the hospital. They kept me in all day. They put me on the monitors, and then it turned out I was actually regularly contracting, so they thought it might have been the start of labour. They still didn't get down to the bottom of what the pain was. They said it could have been two things: either a grumbling appendix, so if it does keep happening I need to go back, or that baby had laid on a nerve, and apparently that can be really, really painful, and she may have sort of like tucked herself on an organ because she was on my left side, but it did ease up after about half an hour, but it was absolutely excruciating and not something I want to experience again. I did experience it again last night. I started getting pain again, but once I laid down and did some deep breathing, it went away. So I really think it is a sign of when I'm overdoing it, because I'd been on my own with the kids, my husband was at work and got delayed, and the previous day to it happening at the weekend I'd been on my own with the children. My husband had to stay at work, so I need to start listening to my body. I need to be eating and drinking a lot more. I've kind of not really felt massively hungry. I just feel like I'm full all the time and I keep snacking on chocolate. My husband is away next week for work, which I'm absolutely dreading, but it can't be helped. So I think I'm just going to have to listen to my body and take rests when I can, and not worry so much about the housework and nesting, and just try and relax. At the end of the day, my health and baby girl's health is the most important thing, not whether I've hoovered 3 times in one day or I've, you know, done all the washing. So yeah, I think I just need to kind of relax a little bit more. Difficult when you're already a mum. If you know you've had multiple children, you'll know you can't just sit and stop. You have to keep going, you have to find a way, but I really think it is my body's way of screaming at me saying no, slow down. After about 4 or 5 hours the contractions went. I really think they were just Braxton Hicks, but obviously because they were measuring on the monitor and they were regular, they wanted to keep me in just in case, because my first labour was pretty quick. But she's still in there. No chance of her coming out at the moment, I hope. I'm ready for her if she does want to come. That was kind of the only major thing this week. I've once again been having my weekly appointments with my midwife for my blood pressure. It's kind of in the middle of the range. It's still a little bit higher for my normal, but not anything that they're concerned about or that they need to intervene with at the moment, and I'm all good to go to have my birth on the birthing centre, and hopefully have my water birth. If I've mentioned this at all, I think I said I was going to do a separate video on it, but my plan is to have a water birth. My hospital has a birthing centre and then a labour ward next door, so if you just want to have a normal run-of-the-mill water birth, you know, vaginal delivery, no epidural or anything, you can give birth on there. But if you want any stronger medications, or you need a C-section or anything, or there's any complications, you need to go around to labour ward. So fingers crossed I get my birthing centre Beth. I think that's kind of it really for this week. Like I said, it's just a standard getting up to pee every couple of hours during the night, feeling quite full obviously after meals because there's not a lot of room in there anymore. Baby is classed as full term, so if she came now she wouldn't be classed as premature, and she's all good to go. I ended up having to have a growth scan because the previous week I had to go up to hospital for reduced movements. Again, I'm going to do a separate video about that, like my experiences with it, because I've had a lot of requests about it, and I'm going to put it in a blog post as well, I think. So yeah, I basically had another growth scan. Baby girl is absolutely fine. And I think I mentioned it in my last pregnancy update that I was going to go for the scan, but I've had the scan, everything was absolutely fine, and they estimated that she was around £6.12, I think, and that was last week, and my biggest baby's been 6'11 and a half, so I hope they're wrong. I fancy giving birth to like a 9-10 pounder. I think that's absolutely everything for this week. I'll give you a little bump shot of the bump. You can see it. This is baby girl. I'm 38 weeks tomorrow. I hope you can see it. There's not much room here. It doesn't come out very well. I will insert a clip of my bump. I mentioned, do come and follow me on Instagram. I post lots of bump shots on there and on my Insta stories. I think that's everything for this week's update. I'm hoping that there'll be a couple more updates at least, and that she's not going to make her way here just yet. But if it's my last pregnancy update, the next one will be with a baby, and hopefully my labour and delivery story, which fingers crossed goes all well. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry it's probably a bit of a random one, pretty much like all my videos, but thanks so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you've liked it, share it with any of your pregnant friends if you think it will be useful to them. I would love if you would subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me and you like my waffling. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!